Hello, guys. Good morning. Welcome. Yes, I know I'm starting early. It's okay, though, because I figured it was going to take people a few minutes to get in here, get the notifications, that kind of thing. Sunny 2.0, I will check my email. Thank you. Good morning, Duke Star. Prayers for you and Miss Cathy. Thank you, honey. And especially for summer, yes. Good morning, that girl, Selena. Hello, guys. Glad to see you guys all in here. Noel paints spiders. Ooh, Noel paints spiders, huh? Good morning, Martha. Guys, I want to say hello to each and every one of you guys, but when you're going into a live, does it not just agitate the pee out of you to sit here and have to listen to a host name off every person in the chat? Don't take it on your nerves. It's like, get on with it already, right? I mean, am I the only one that does that? I mean, just like with the hello, Miss Jessie. Just like when you're going to listen, like somebody's got really good clickbait out there, or their thumbnail. I won't say clickbait, but like their thumbnail is real interesting, and the description's really interesting, and you get on there, and then they sit for 30 damn minutes telling you about their dog or their life or whatever. You're like, just get on with it already. Tell us what we're wanting to know. It just drives me nuts when people do that. I can't stand somebody sits and yabbers on like I'm doing right this minute. But I can get away with it right now because I started 10 minutes early. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it, right? Okay, I'm joking, guys. Seriously. But don't it just drive you nuts for people to do that? You can just say hello, everyone, and that's good enough. Exactly. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Nana's Angels. And like I said, we're just going to give it a few minutes, guys. Let everybody get in here. Um, I have not watched the whole prayer garden fiasco that happened the other night. I caught bits and pieces on other people's chats, and I did go over quite a bit of the part I did watch this morning, quite a bit of just prayer garden and Dawn, and where Candus was in the background, yelling and stuff, and where they kept saying, let Candus come up on panel and all that stuff. The Jody Sue part, I've not watched. Like I said, I've caught clips here and there about the argument between Dawn and Jody Sue. And I will say now, I'm sorry. And I've talked with Dawn, and Dawn has always been very polite and courteous when he's speaking with me. Hello, Cher. How are you doing, darling? He has. But on other people's panels, speaking to other females, it is very seldom that you ever hear Dawn when that other, when a female creator gets on him or gets started with him, that he doesn't fire back rapidly and with vulgar. So, didn't anybody seem to think it was a little bit strange that him and Jody Sue didn't go at it worse than what they did? I mean, that he spoke. Granted, there was times that he got going, but for the most part, Don was very calm, cool, and collected while he was talking to Jody Sue. Don't anybody think that was just a little odd? I mean, I find it odd, but that's just me. Don is a true definition of a narcissist, especially if he's drinking. Good morning, sweetheart. Um, I've got a few things that I want to discuss. One, I'm going to make a video later. I will make a video later out of this. But if I have not heard anybody that has talked about the fiasco that happened the other night bring this up, and I found it very intriguing. And I guess it's because I am I'm the person that brought the jacket out and all that. Maybe that's why I'm paying so much attention to it. And because I've spoke to Don and asked him about the jacket specifically. But in Prayer Garden's live stream the other night, she asks him about the jacket and why it wasn't used. And that a sock was used instead. Well, he goes through the whole scenario of everything they gathered up, including the dirty clothes, the toys. They put them in a bag. They let the dog sniff it. The dog went to the downstairs door and followed it all the way down the dog trail. He was there. He saw everything. He saw the dog go down the trail. Right? 6 minutes and 30 seconds later, give or take a few seconds, guys, literally 6 minutes and 30 seconds later, Dawn tells Prayer Garden, well, I don't know why the jacket wasn't used because I wasn't there. Isn't that weird? I mean, Don did tell me when I was speaking with him the other day that he will tell Prayer Garden anything. I mean, just off the wall shit. He told me never pay attention to anything that he says on Prayer Garden's channel because he will just tell her off the wall shit. But if he's going to tell her off the wall shit, why turn around and say the complete damn opposite of what you just freaking told her? So, Dawn, if you're listening, come in here. I'll drop the link and you can answer for yourself. But I would truly like to know, were you there or were you not there when whatever it was that was given to the dogs for her scent was given to her? But Duke, how do you know we can fully believe Cathy either, though? We don't know her like that. What did Duke say? I didn't see it. Are you going to tell us that Candus is lying about Cathy? Because I sure feel like she's making up a big story and it's really not fair to Cathy. Oh, no. I'm not going to say that. I don't believe that Cathy stole anything from Candus. Y'all have to understand, long before Cathy got upset with Candus is when I spoke with her. And like I said, I spent 4 hours with this lady. And she sat for, I know, at least an hour crying over hers and Candus's friendship and how Candus just dumped her when she went back to Dawn. Dumped the friendship, dumped her. And it was at that point in time. And just like when I spoke with Don on the phone the other day, not the phone calls I've been putting out, but another phone call, he called me back. And I told him, Cathy has always 100% stuck up for Candus. And she has stuck up for Dawn. She plainly says, I don't like Dawn, but I don't think either one of them done anything to her. She stuck up for Dawn. But this, like I said, this was before there was ever any animosity between them. Cathy told me that Candus asked her to hold that box for safekeeping. And Cathy put it up for Candus and said it would be there when Summer was found or whatever. So no, I don't believe what Cathy or Candus is saying. Sorry if I get mixed up on the names. Please try to correct me if I do, okay? But no, I don't believe what Candus is saying. Why would Cathy have a problem, or why would Cathy lie about it when there was no problems between Cathy or Candus at the time that Cathy told me about it? Or at the time when Cathy sent me the pictures? When Cathy, the night of Summer's birthday, which was the day after Cathy sent me those pictures, Candus spent the night with Cathy. Summer's birthday. Candus spent the night at Cathy's house because she says Dawn was showing his ass. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm just going by what I was told. Now, getting back to trying to get stuff straightened out. I made a list of things so I would try to remember to talk about them. And when I get through here, then I'll pull up questions and stuff like that, guys. Okay. First of all, I do not understand why PG got on there. Maybe she was just misunderstood what was going on. Maybe I'm not going to say she was lying, but PG got on there and was saying that supposedly the box was found in a box of tools in the back of the Suburban, or actually she said Subaru, but that got straightened out. So the back of the Suburban when it got sold to Cathy. Not once did I ever say anything like that. Never. And as far as I know, Cathy nor Candus, neither one have come out and said anything about it. Which leads me into the next thing. Why has Cathy nor Candus came out and made any kind of public statement, neither here nor there, about that jacket, about the box? Why hasn't Cathy came out and said, Candus, why did you bring that to my house? Why did you? I mean, if she honestly and truly did not know, which I don't think she did, realize that, this was what this was, why hasn't she came out and said, hey, Candus, let me ask you this. And then again, why hasn't Candus came out and said, hey, Cathy, if you've got my shit, where can I meet up so I can get my shit back? Why did you take my shit? If that's I'm not saying Cathy took it, by no means. I'm just saying, why hasn't Candus came out and said that? Somebody left a comment on my comment section the other day and said, Candus has plenty of platforms to be able to come out and say something to Cathy publicly if she don't want to call her directly. So why hasn't she? In my opinion, it's because Candus did take the box to Cathy. She did ask Cathy to put it up for her, and she just doesn't want to admit that to Dawn. I agree. Why did Candace? Oh, yeah, during Prayer Garden's thing the other night, everybody kept hollering for, let Candace up on panel, let Candace up on panel. And there was even one of my really good friends was saying, I don't believe Prayer Garden. I believe Daisy and Candace. Prayer Garden kept knocking her back down. And I'm like, well, that don't make no sense. Don was sitting right there. He surely to God, if that was the truth, he would have said something, right? Okay, well, if nothing else, we heard Candus in the background on Don's phone while he was on panel. If it is true, which I do not believe it is, but if it was true that Prayer Garden was knocking Cathy or Candus off panel in the back panel, why didn't she just ask Don for his phone? He was already on panel. She could have gotten Don's phone and said or talked to or answered questions or said what she had to say. If it was true that Candus wanted to be on Prayer Garden's panel, why didn't she just get on Don's phone? He was already up there. People need to think before they jump to conclusions. Trust me. Oh, and one thing I will say, I did tell on the phone call that I spoke with Don when he called me back while I was over at my son's house the other day. Candus was, of course, going off in the background, screaming, yelling, saying I was a piece of shit because I recorded the phone calls the other day and supposedly put it out 10 minutes after I recorded it, which I didn't. But she was saying I couldn't be trusted. I was this, I was that. And it was brought up that I was recording that phone call. And I was like, yes, of course I'm recording it. Not a problem. And he said something about it. And I said, well, all you have to do, Don, is ask me not to put it out there and I won't. And he said, well, I really wished you would. So I won't. But I will say that during our phone call, he did make the statement that when the dogs were up there searching, and yes, I know things are said one way and the other, don't always make it true. But he did make the statement that the dogs were put in Grandis's truck. They did search Grandis's truck. The scent dogs and stuff did. That was something that we've never heard before. That's something that he hasn't said before that I know of. And I just wanted to put that out there. Also, I think that, and getting back, I would like to jump back down to the Jody Sue and Dawn thing. I don't care if it was me that brought the jacket out, or if it was Cher, or if it was Justin for all. It don't matter who brought the attention to the jacket, right? But if y'all, everybody seems to forget every time something big happens or something newsworthy happens in this case, there's always something else that counters that news. So now that the news about the jacket comes out, what happens? Jody Sue and Dawn get into this huge blowout. And the next day, what is everybody talking about? They're not talking about the jacket or why it wasn't given to scent dogs anymore. They're talking about Dawn and Jody Sue getting into it on Prayer Garden's channel. Don't that seem odd to everybody? I mean, is it only me that thinks that every time something happens, there's always something that counters it? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I mean, and just to get this part straight, okay? Cathy told me that Candus sold her the Subaru for the Suburban for $1,000. Dawn has told me that Candus sold Cathy the Suburban for $1,000. He says he has over $6,000 in that Suburban, and he really loved that Suburban, and he's madder than shit about her selling it. But she was in a hard spot, so she did. He told me, although he technically recanted it, he told me that a bunch of his tools were in there, and he was asking me for Cathy's address so he could go get them, which I don't have Cathy's address. I've never been to her house. Don't know where. I mean, I know what town it's in, but that's it. Well, on the phone, then when I say something to him about it, he's like, well, there was a handle left in there. Yeah, there was a handle. Okay, whatever. I don't know if the canoe was took up there. I know that when the Suburban and Candus and Cathy were in the Suburban leaving Candus's house with it, when JLR followed them, they had the canoe on top. Cathy told me about that because she said if JLR had not have pulled away from them when they did, she was fixing to stop the vehicle and confront him herself. So I know they took the canoe to Cathy's house. But there was nothing said about that box being found in the Suburban. Cathy plainly said Candus asked her to put it up for safekeeping. That, along with all the toys and books and stuff that she had been sent for summer. So where everybody's getting that box was in the back of that Suburban is beyond me. I never once said that. You definitely thought what, honey? Anyways, guys, that's what I was wanting to get out there. So if anybody has anything to go along with and I will say that I did call the TBI back this morning, or I tried to call the TBI back this morning. I've made 3 separate phone calls trying to get through. The first phone call that I made, which I got the number the same exact way I did the other day when I recorded the phone call, it rang into a sheriff's department, and they told me they didn't know who Leslie Earhart was. I called again, and it told me that number was no longer available. And I called again, and all it done was ring. So after the live, I'm going to be getting off here and calling Hawkins County and see if I can't get hold of John Pruitt himself. But now I will take, any comments, or if y'all want to discuss something, or if you want to elaborate on something. Jody Sue Brown and the Wells are all in on it together. It's all distractions to misdirect the people. Well, I have my questions about that. But I mean, if any of y'all, like I said, I'm going to be doing a video about it. But if anybody else wants to go out and check, not right now, but if you want to go and check Prayer Gardens, it's like right at the 53 mark or something like that, where she starts asking Dawn about the jacket. I think that's the second time she asks him about it. And that's when he starts telling her that he was there and saw it all happen and blah, blah, blah. Literally 6 minutes and 30 seconds later, he says, oh, well, I can't answer that question because I don't know. I wasn't there. Which I find very strange. If you remember, Nana, the canoe was on top of the Suburban when Candus took the Suburban to Cathy's. That's what I was saying. Yeah. JLR videotaped it and it had the canoe on top. Yes. And I mean, I know that's when that happened because Cathy herself told me that JLR was following them and that she was about to stop and confront him, but then he turned off. I have no reason to lie, guys. I mean, it's not like I'm getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views. It's not like I've got, thousands and thousands of subscribers or anything. I have no reason to lie about this. I have no reason to come out here and try to, and somebody's made the claims that I'm just doing this for clicks. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Why would I? All I care about is whether that baby is found and we find out what happened to her. That's all I care about. I don't care if it's Dawn, Candus, or Joe Blow walking down the damn street. My opinion, Summer was wearing her yellow dress. That Star said Candus was crying about she couldn't find kids change clothes. Right. Oh, I didn't think about that. I keep saying that was a damn Paw Patrol t-shirt, but maybe that's right. Maybe Prayer Garden was right about that. Or not, was it Prayer Garden? Maybe it was that sundress that she wore when she went and got her physical. I'll have to look at that and see. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Corey. But yeah, Star did say that Candus had been looking for it and couldn't find it. And as a matter of fact, I think I brought that up not too long ago. If D and C saying Cathy took the canoe too, we know Candus took it with her to Cathy's, right? Yes, we know that. I feel like Cathy was used, and Donald Wells calling her those horrible names after all she's done. He is a real POS, right? Dawn said Candus always had clothes in the Suburban. Do you think she drove it, not Grandis's truck that night? That I don't know. That's the second time that's come up. But like I said, Dawn told me, and I wished I could play it for you, but Dawn told me that it flat out, especially like on Prayer Gardens, but he said most channels, but especially on Prayer Gardens, he's like, don't pay no damn attention to anything I say on there because I'll just tell them any damn thing. So I don't know. I don't know if he's just saying this shit or if any of it's real. But Dawn, if you're listening, that's why people are feeling the way they feel. That's why they're attacking you guys, is because just like I told you, shit you're saying on YouTube is causing your biggest problem. That and Tim Mullins. Good morning, I see you. How are you this morning, hon? Jody is wanting help from the CCF to see if she can help to remember things. I think that's what I heard on the lab. I think that's what she meant. I don't know. I didn't watch the lab last night because they were just going over. I mean, come on. They went all the way back to her Facebook posts, and I just could. I know all that crap. I couldn't listen to it again. That is not behavior of a parent of a missing child. David Dodson said the Subaru was at the horse pond on the 15th. Did they change vehicles? I don't know. I remember that was when he was on Unmasked. And I understand what the story was back then. That was it her name Teresa, and I don't know what the other woman's name was on Unmasked. but supposedly their friendship or something broke up and they split up and they couldn't decide who got the videos, so they just deleted them. Why would you delete that? Because that held so much information. I just don't understand that. And I'm wondering if they deleted them or if they just took them back off of YouTube. I would love to get a hold of either one of those ladies and see if we couldn't get some of those videos back out, or at least the information from them. Hello, Lisa J. Oh, how did you like the story that was told about you last night? I don't know. I would love for you to tell me if it was real or not. Lisa, could you jump up here, please? I would really like to know. I'm giving you the link, Lisa. I would really like to know about that part. I don't know if you heard it or not. Did you watch No Thanks last night? I did drop the link. Here, I'll drop it again. Oh, there you are. Hey.
Yeah.
Did you watch No Thanks last night?
No.
Okay, well, Prayer Garden was on there.
Yeah.
And she informed everybody, and if that's why I'm asking you, I'm asking the horse's mouth, okay? Because I don't know. But I understood that you said that you met Candus before her and Dawn got together.
No,
right?
ma'am. No, ma'am. I met Candus years before. Oh, I met Candus before Dawn and them got together. Yes, me and Candus were living in the streets.
Thank you. That's what I said.
Yes, ma'am. We were.
No,
yes.
According to
what I almost misunderstood what you were saying. I'm sorry.
According to what was told by PG last night, now maybe she misunderstood the story, but according to her, Dawn and Candus approached you while you were living in a homeless shelter with your child because they were trying to do something with
no,
children.
That ain't even true. No, ma'am, that is not true. I was not living in a homeless shelter, and I knew Donnie way before I knew Candus.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to get it straight, though. I was like, what? I didn't know Dawn and Candus approached you to were interested in your child.
No, that is not true. That is not what I told her.
Okay. Well, that's what I thought. Like I said, I told Doug, of course, I don't know if he saw my comment or not, but I was like, no, Lisa.
I want to talk to Doug. Pull Doug over here because I want to talk to Doug.
Doug didn't say it. PG said it. PG said it on Doug's channel.
Oh, PG said it on Doug's channel.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. No, I was trying to tell Doug.
That is not true. I did not tell her that Donnie and Candus met me up at a homeless shelter.
Right. But like I told Doug, I said, that's not what Lisa told us. Not at all. Yes, Corey, YouTube streets are running wild the past few days. Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm sorry, Lisa. I wanted, like I said, I've told Dawn the same thing. That's why I wanted Dawn and Candus to get up here on this panel, is because I would rather get something from the damn horse's mouth. Even if somebody's not telling the truth, at least it came from them. And not a bunch of damn hearsay from this person and that person.
All this bullshit on YouTube is nothing but hearsay. They have rumors running around on YouTube. They have no facts, no proof of nothing. Except for Summer's gone.
Exactly.
And as far as her getting over there, Daisy pulling my name out, number one, I don't live in a garage. to be
Oh,
kicked out of a garage.
I didn't hear about that. Sorry.
And my friends that I do live with that are very dear to me, okay?
Yeah.
They've never said anything about kicking me out of the house or a garage.
Right. Patty says, I'm sorry, but it seems PG screws up every story. She doesn't listen. She wants to put her input instead of hearing what is said, right? Like I said, she may have gotten it mixed up herself, but it shouldn't be mixed up and then put out there as fact.
No, the facts need to get straight.
Exactly.
I knew Donnie years before I even knew Candus.
And you met Candus back, was she still with Richard or after Richard?
She was with him. And they had separated, I guess, and they were living out in the streets.
That's what I thought you said. That's what I thought you said. Not that that helps find Summer whatsoever. I know
it don't help find Summer. And I know it don't help find Summer.
But it does get some of the misinformation cleared up so that there's not even more rumors going. Like I said last night, she was saying that Don and Candus approached Lisa on behalf of Lisa's child.
No, that's not even true. That's not even true. Pull Donnie's ass up here because that ain't even true.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Y'all can go listen to PG's thing. It was after Don and Jody Sue had their thing and all that. But you can go listen to it. Or no, it wasn't. It was on Doug's channel, I believe. Anyways, that wasn't true, and I just wanted to clear it up. And I seen you in here, and I didn't want to misspeak and say something wasn't true if I couldn't prove it. So,
right.
I'm telling y'all, PG is what? Oh, losing it. Maybe that's why she was in YouTube jail. I don't know what exactly happened there. Okay. Divisionary says, tell us the facts, please, Lisa J.
Okay. I was living out in the streets. Tell us the facts.
Yeah.
Whenever I met Donnie, I was like 18, 19 years old or even older. I don't remember how that was years ago, but I was in my teen years. Anyway, I've known Donnie and Pam for a long time, okay? And whenever I had my son, I was homeless and living outside. Francis had talked to Pam. Pam said it was okay for me and this guy that I was with to live in her house. Okay? We wound up living in the shed. There was all three of us with the kids living in a shed.
Now the kids, you're speaking.
Or four of us. I'm sorry, there was four of us. It was me and Greg and Francis and James living in a shed. There was 3 kids back there.
Okay, what kids are you speaking of?
My kid and Francis's 2 kids.
Okay. Well, I thought you said you were living with Don and Pam. And you said kids. That's what I was wanting to know if you were talking about.
We were living at Don and Pam's house. There was a shed in the back.
Oh, okay.
We were all living in the shed. Except for Pam and Donnie were living in the house.
With their children.
With Margie and Donnie.
Okay.
The 2 kids were living in the front, and the other 3 kids were living in the shed back there. Yes, ma'am. And I can go get plenty of proof of that.
Okay. I'm not saying I don't believe you, hon. I'm trying to make sure that we clarify everything that's said so that nobody can make something out of it that's not there. Right?
Right.
I myself, Lisa, cannot stand a liar. I can't. And it just
I can't either. I can't either. So why even go over to Doug's channel and get up there and talk about me and Donnie and Candus and all the rest of us and about what went on years ago? That ain't got nothing to do with finding Summer.
Right. I agree, hun.
Donnie needs to come up here on panel.
Well, if he's
Because I
listening,
don't know why she said that Donnie and Candus met me at a homeless shelter. That's not true.
I don't know, hun. Don, if you're listening, can you come on panel? You would like to see proof of what, Discovery? Of what PG said? I'm sorry y'all went through hard times. Been there too. Bless you. CW is a liar. That was towards you, Lisa, I'd say. You hear me?
Oh, Candus?
No, Emily said, I'm sorry that y'all went through hard times. Been there too. Bless you. CW is a liar. Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Hold up. So this lady knew Pam and Dawn and just randomly meets Candus on the streets.
Yep.
Well, you have to understand, guys, evidently they all lived in pretty much the same area. And it was like, a circle of people that you run with. How else would Dawn and Candus have met? Think about it. It's not strange that one person would know two different people from prior lives.
Right.
I know plenty of people that were married to other people who wound up getting married. Lisa J.
Candus was friendly with everybody. Okay. She was friendly with everybody. She tried to help a lot of people also while trying to help herself out in the streets. Whenever I heard about all this YouTube garbage going on, I got up on YouTube and I was trying to find out information about what was going on. But all these speculations and everything else was just going on. And then Donnie up on panels talking weird stuff. So I couldn't make anything out of it.
Right. Discovering, this is for you, Lisa, I guess. It says anything that proves Lisa really knew Candus, because I've caught a lot of discrepancies in her story, and I don't know if she's like Lisa K and knows everything about them, but never
I don't
actually
know
met
Lisa K, first off.
Lisa, do you believe it's possible that DNC or C&D had anything to do with Summer's disappearance?
From what I'm hearing on YouTube, it is.
No,
and
I
that's
think
just up on YouTube.
I think they're
I don't know
asking
nothing about any of that, but maybe the way they act, I mean, they act guilty. Parents just don't come on YouTube acting like that.
Right. Okay. You are right about Daisy Dukester. She just wants them to tell
She
what happened.
stirs up problems.
Yeah. Well, that's like her last night or whenever it was that she was kept yelling for PG to let Candus up on panel. And like I said when I first started, if Candus wanted up there and Candus wanted to speak and get it out there, what she was saying, she could have said, Don, hand me that phone. Don was already on panel. So nobody can holler that PG wouldn't let Candus on panel.
Candus tried to get on panel. Donnie told her that he didn't think that it was a good idea for her to get on panel.
Well, no, actually, first he said that she was on somebody else's live stream right that minute. And then he said, but I don't think it would be a good idea anyways right now.
Oh,
but I'm saying that Daisy and everybody kept saying, PG let her on panel. PG let her on panel. Well, she was sure screaming and yelling over Don when he was on panel. If she wanted, to say something and PG wouldn't let her up there, all she had to do was reach out and get Don's phone. He was already on panel. She could have said what she wanted to say right there. Right?
Yep.
Don and Candace Wells don't and won't even say their daughter's name. Hello, all everybody new coming in. Hello, if I haven't said hello to you. Lisa J, do you think Pam was jealous of Candus?
Yeah,
Really?
probably so. All I know is whenever Candace had moved in over there, they were supposedly supposed to be making out on the porch, and she was back there fixing Donnie's coffee. She brought the coffee out. Supposedly, she got the coffee and threw it on him. I don't know. I don't know nothing about all that. I heard about that though.
So that was
I
rumor.
tried not to get involved in Donnie and Pam's life. All I know that they were drug addicts and they had all these homeless people living around them. And
Okay. So how did Candus wind up living there? Do you know?
as far as I know, one of Pam's daughters supposedly introduced Candace to Dawn.
Oh, you said Francis. That's Pam's daughter, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
just
Pam's
clicked
daughter.
in my brain who that
Pam's
was.
daughter.
That's who you were living in the building or the shed with, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Dawn didn't think it was a good
leave me
idea.
out of that situation. And because that happened like years ago.
Right.
And none of this that happened years ago is relevant to Summer's case.
Well, it's not, except for the credibility of what people are saying.
Right. And they were drug addicts, yes. They were all strung out. They were drunk. They had a whole bunch of homeless people living around them, just like they do now. It's not any different.
Okay, Miss Peacock, would you like to come up on panel? I understand that talking about all the rumors and stuff is not helping, but in a way it's not, but in another way it is, because we're trying to get some of the rumors and stuff calmed down.
Calm down, yeah.
So that people aren't running with the wrong idea, the wrong story. So they have the facts of what actually happened. So
right.
Okay, it was said, and I'm going to try to beat around the bush so I'm not actually saying it because I hate those words. It was said that Dawn and Candus approached Lisa at a homeless shelter while she had her child with her so that they could acquire the child and make money from the child, if you understand what I'm saying. She was saying
but that's not even true.
So how many people are going to take that information and run with it? If that's not even what happened, how fair would that be to Summer's case?
It wouldn't be fair to Summer's case.
I'm not defending Dawn and Candus, but I am defending the truth. What's
right?
Fact.
Right.
And it just kills me that all these lies and shit keep coming out. She just said, as far as I know, so she does not know much.
I don't know what they did to that little girl.
If they did anything.
If they did anything. Somebody could have been waiting up on the hill for the little girl. None of us even know. So
she can speak on the truth about what happened when she met Dawn and when she met Candus. That's what we're clearing up right this second. That's what I was saying, Miss Peacock. I'm not trying to be rude or hateful or anything. I'm saying if there's questions that you want to ask or address, either put them in chat or come up on panel. You're more than welcome to. If anybody wants to come up on panel and have their say, you're more than welcome to. Just say, drop the link. You do have to show your face first, though. Where's Francis at? Be nice if she comes forward. Yes, absolutely. Do you know where Francis is?
No, I don't. I don't talk to Francis. I don't talk to any of them. I haven't talked to Francis in several years.
Duke, I don't doubt one bit. I'm not denying that at all, that most of the lies come from the Wells. That's what I was just saying on PG's channel just the other night. Literally, he tells one story that he was there throughout the whole thing about the scent dogs and gathering up what was used and all that stuff. And he even watched the dogs go all the way down the dang dog trail. But 6 minutes and 30 seconds later, he's like, oh, I don't know why they didn't use the jacket for the scent because I wasn't there. Obviously, one of those is a lie. Right. Okay.
I mean, it is a possibility that they did have something to do with Summer disappearing. It is a very good possibility.
The lies and rumors come from all
Where's
over.
Summer? You know, what gets me is he sat right there and said that he knew something was going to happen to Summer.
Right. And I'm sorry, but if either one he's telling the truth or if he's not, he's telling a lie. And why in the shoot would you tell a lie, something like that, with your daughter being missing? Lisa, do you know what the relationship was like between Candus and Summer? She wasn't around.
No, I was not around Donnie and Candus when Summer was born.
Frances is Dawn's ex stepdaughter. That's Pam's oldest child.
No, I think she had kids before she had Frances.
Okay. It's still one of Pam's daughters. That's Dawn's ex-wife.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, guys. Everybody's lying in this case, and usually only the guilty lie, covering their tracks. But surely, to God, everybody can't be involved in guilty. I agree. So why is everybody lying?
I don't know, but I can go get paperwork on my stuff.
Right. Summer Wells missing from rural Rogersville, Tennessee, June 15th, 2021, age 5, blonde hair, blue eyes, 4 foot tall, 40 pounds, last seen wearing gray pants and a pink shirt and possibly barefooted. Please call 1-800-TBI-FIND if you know any information whatsoever. Thank you, ICU. Yeah,
you know, I find it pretty odd that this little girl is not only lost in real life, but lost on YouTube.
Right. I agree. And everybody's, I don't know who to believe and who not to believe, okay? As far as the Jody Sue saying the stop thing, y'all have to remember Don's the one that started that word stop. He started it on PG's channel just a few nights back when he was like, that was Summer's favorite word. That was Summer's favorite word was stop, because he was trying to get prayer gardens to stop bitching at him or something. Why Jody Sue was throwing it at him the other night just in retaliation, I guess, is what, that's not the right word, but y'all understand what I'm saying. But I don't know whether to believe what Jody Sue said or not.
I don't know, because Jody Sue's come out with a whole bunch of stuff.
But I find it strange that if she's sitting there going at him as hard as she was, saying the things that she was saying. I mean, think about it, guys. Ziggy didn't go at Dawn half as hard. And look at how he talked to her.
He talks to every woman like that. He talks to Candus like that. He talks to every woman like that.
Why did he not go off on Jody Sue like that? He did a little bit, but not much. He kept his cool. Why?
Hell, he even told her to go get psych meds.
Why did he not go off on her and cuss her and call her everything but a white woman?
I don't know.
I find it strange.
I do too. Probably because she wasn't backing down from him. And he knew it. Whenever he's caught in his own stuff, he tries to get out of it.
Lady Q says, Lisa J, just a shot in the dark, but do you know anything about why Candus called 911 when she was pregnant with Summer?
No. Why would I know that? I wasn't around them.
That is a link in our link list. It has supplies for a balloon. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, it's we're going to be setting off. We're going to take and make flyers, mini flyers, and put them inside the balloons, and then put the, set off the helium balloons so that they'll go all over the place to try to get Summer's flyers out there farther than what anybody can get them.
Nana, I'm going to go get those court papers. I'm going to send off for those court papers. I guess I'd have to have a reason, right?
For what? What court papers?
Where they took those kids. I guess I'd have to get a hold of the courthouse or DHS or something like that.
What, the boys?
No. On those kids that were taken away.
I don't think you can get them, honey.
How do I get them?
Are you talking about Candus's first kids?
No, I can't get those papers. No. I'm talking about on me and Francis's kids. So all this garbage will stop.
Yeah, you can get your copies of your own. And no, you don't have to have a reason. You're the parent.
Okay, so I can just go up to the courthouse and get these papers.
Right. Tell them you need copies of them. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
That's part of your legal history. So yes, you have a right to have it. Yes.
Okay.
It's her family discovering. She can get them.
I'm not talking about the papers on Candus's kids. I'm talking about the papers on my kid.
Right.
That way all this garbage will stop. Donnie and Candus did not meet me at no damn homeless shelter.
Sassy says, if you agree with Cher about anything, you are going in the wrong direction and need to regroup with B. Someone that knows what truth is all about, and PG is a disgrace to women and Christians everywhere. First of all, it is obvious that me and Cher do not agree on a lot of things. But if we're not going to sit over here and bash other creators, plain and simple. Especially, right. I like Cher, and I'm sorry if people don't like that.
If y'all don't like people, then y'all don't have to watch them. Then why get on their channels and watch them? If you don't like watching Nana, and I'm sorry to say this, but if y'all don't like watching Nana, then unsubscribe. If you don't like watching PG, unsubscribe. If you don't like watching Jody Sue, unsubscribe. Any of those creators. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
Discovering wants to know what's it going to prove to get the papers, because PG is saying that Dawn and Candus approached her to acquire her child. Discovering.
They did not approach me.
Right.
Donnie and Candus was not even together. Period.
Yes, thank you.
And Donnie were living together. Not Donnie and Candus. Candus wasn't even around there whenever all that happened.
Exactly. Suzette Brown says,
I want to talk to Candus.
What's wrong with being cordial to other creators? There's nothing wrong with being cordial to other creators. They're on here. They see things the way they see them. I see things the way I see them. And there's times that sometimes people need to come together and compare stories.
Right.
And if people think I'm a horrible person because I'm polite and nice to other people, then I'm sorry, and I feel sorry for you.
Hey, I like watching Nana's Angels.
Thank you, Lisa.
It's a good channel.
just what Dawn and Candus want, to divert attention from Summer. Exactly. And that was the whole
Exactly.
point. That's the whole point. That's what this live is about, is the simple fact that that big ruckus started on PG's channel the other night. And I don't know exactly who all was involved in getting it going.
It wasn't me.
Or, no, I wasn't meaning you. Or participating in it. But I
But
do.
I will be on Doug's panel tonight. You can bet on that one.
I do. Go and watch the live stream from last night so that you have all the facts. Because, like I said,
will.
Doug didn't say that. But to get distraction away from the news that has just come out, there's this big blow up, and now everybody's talking about that. To me, that's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Hello, Jennifer. Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jennifer. Guys, I don't try to bash anybody. And I think that we all have to think outside the box. I mean, shit, if somebody along in history didn't think outside the box, we'd still be trying to roll around on square wheels, right?
Discovering says, was there a baby Don and Candus had given away before the oldest son? Candus did have a little baby that was, from what I heard, was taken away by DHS. Candus claims that she gave the baby up for adoption, and from what I heard, the baby was given to DHS. DHS took it because the baby supposedly had drugs in its system
And
when it was born, and she was homeless.
To the best of your knowledge, whose child was that?
That baby, to the best of my knowledge,
yeah,
it was that guy that she was married to, Richard.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
It was Dawn saying that Jody Sue had a lot of traffic at her house, so Jody Sue came on and to defend herself. That's how it all started on PG. Corey says, thank you.
So why is she taking me knowing Donnie and Candus over to Doug?
I don't know.
And all the craziness going on over there.
I see you know she didn't give up 2 kids. The one baby that she talked about, the one that she told us about, the baby girl that never left the hospital, it was given up before she left the hospital. That is the baby that she's talking about that belonged to Candus and Richard, to the best of our knowledge. There was only one child ever given up. One infant, should I say.
And that was way before her and Donnie ever got together.
Yes, I know she was married because I spoke with her friend Cora. Cora's the one that originally told me about Richard. And I have if anybody needs to see it, I have receipts. It was taken from her while she was in the hospital right after she had it. Right.
Yes.
Hello, Mountain Cat. Lorraine, Candus don't have any of her kids. 5 of them have been put in foster care. 1 is missing, and she gave 1 up for adoption. Okay, thank you. I see you. I appreciate that. But just understand, honey, I do have the text message where Cora sent me stating that fact. I really had hoped Brandy was going to get through to Dawn about Summer. What, like on the phone call, I did ask him if he was considering what Brandy had told him. And he said yes, that they were going to talk with TBI and see what TBI had to say. And that was another lie. I meant to write that one down too. Don spoke with me on the phone either earlier in that evening that he went on prayer gardens, or it was the day before. And we talked. I did not say the Cold Case Foundation. I told him I seen him talk to Brandy, and had he thought about it, had he considered it, and he's like, what? Oh, the Cold Case Foundation. And he discussed that with me. Not one time, and I do have it recorded. Not one time did I mention Cold Case Foundation, and he knew exactly who it was and what it was for and all that. Now, and then he goes on prayer gardens and tries to act dumb and say, oh, he didn't know anything about it, didn't know what it was for, didn't know anybody was wanting to get them involved. Don, if you're listening, that is why people do not trust you. They really attacked Lisa J in PG's chat. It was brutal.
It was. These people don't even know me. Why are you going to attack somebody that you don't even know?
Thank
Find
you.
out the facts before you attack somebody.
Guys, there's almost 400 people in here. Please go hit the thumbs up. Too many lies and people believe in anything. Exactly. And that was the whole reason for this live today, is to try to get some of the facts out there so that nobody believes that there was a box of tools in the back of the Suburban where this memory box was stuck and it was left in there and Cathy found it. That is not even close to what was said. There was nothing even said about a box of tools. Candus plainly states, and I put it out there on a phone call, and that, Candus, is one of the reasons that I recorded the phone call, seeing how you're so damn upset that I recorded you. Candus plainly states that when she went to Cathy's, she packed some of her clothes and shit in a tote along with the memory box and took it all to Cathy's. Then she said, while I was on the phone with Dawn, that when she went back to get the tote after Dawn got out of jail, that she knew something was missing, but she didn't know what. And then in the phone call directly with her, she says that she hunted all over the house for it and couldn't find it. And that Cathy must have kept it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
You know what, Nana, I was going to go live the other day, and I know that it's been said that that PG helped me do my live, and that's not true. That's not true at all. She didn't help me start no channel. I went to somebody else wanting to start a channel. Daisy made a big deal out of it the other day and said that I was using Summer's name off the back end of her because I know the Wells. And I was like, this lady's talking crazy. That ain't even true.
Guys,
I do know the Wells. But that is
second.
not exactly why I wanted to start a channel. So that's not even true. And why they sit over there and listen to Daisy's garbage when Daisy don't even know me.
Lisa, hold up. This is relevant to Summer's case. I do not know what your YouTube name is. You just texted me. We talk I won't say all the time, but we do talk back and forth, but I have your real name programmed in my phone instead of your YouTube name. So I don't know how to address you. But I will say thank you so very much. So far, I have just received 2 of the interviews that Unmasked did.
Who said that?
I did. I said it.
Oh, yeah.
The person sent me the actual videos. So I have them. So I'm just saying thank you. I can't say to who because I'm not going to give out their real name. And I don't know what their YouTube is.
Right. Well, tell them they're welcome.
Do you think Cathy understood that she may have been holding evidence all this time? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't know, because obviously since my first video came out about it, she has to know what she has. And I would hope and pray, and I'm not saying she hasn't. I would say the kind of person I think Cathy is, she has already called TBI or whoever and handed it over. I don't know. I don't talk to Cathy anymore. But I do think a lot of Cathy and who she is as a person. She seems to be an upstanding person. But in the beginning, I mean, come on, if she knew what that was, do you honestly think she would open that box up, took a picture of it, took a picture of the contents, and sent it to me?
Nope. Well, wasn't it Candus that said that she stole that box? Or was it Donnie?
Well, I was thinking that Dawn had said it first, but after I went over the phone calls, no, Candus is actually the one that says that she must have got it out of her tote. So I wonder, never talk to anyone without recording. Exactly. And I've done it up until this point, but now that I have a recorder so that I can do it, and no, I do not record having conversations with my friends or with people here on YouTube or anything like that. But when it specifically
it's already recorded on YouTube.
What?
It's already recorded on YouTube.
What? No. They're talking about private conversations.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When it has to do specifically with the case, but all anybody has to do is say, I don't want it out there. Just like I told Dawn, all you have to do is ask me not to put it out there, and I won't put it out there. Didn't say I wouldn't talk about it, but I will not put it out there.
Whenever I was watching Josh's channel, what got me, Donnie told Josh that he puts all the information out there that him and Donnie talk about, and that's not right. Donnie don't need to be giving anybody any information that he don't want out there. That's right.
Right. But that's the reason he does it. He gives them bullshit stories just for the hell of it. And right. I mean, that's not a guess. That's his words, basically.
Yep.
He said the majority of the panels that he goes on, he just tells them what the hell ever. He said, but guaranteed on PG's channel, he just tells her whatever the hell he wants to tell her at the time. He said, do not believe anything I say when I'm on PG's channel.
Right. Is Dawn in chat?
I doubt it. I'd say they're working. Every time I've talked to them, they've been working. When he called me.
She put the link out there for my channel.
Oh, thank you, Alpaca Maid. When he called me the other night when I was at my son's house, he was at work. And Candus, actually, he wound up having to get off the phone because Candus kept bitching at him because he was working.
Corey said, thank you, wicked bitch of the South. Who's she talking to? I know she ain't fixing to be talking to me like that.
No, she's talking to wicked bitch of the South.
Oh. Sorry, Corey.
See, wicked bitch of the South. Oh, thank you, wicked bitch.
I know who she's talking about. I know who she's talking about.
Thank you, darling, so much.
I'll never get over that one. Where'd Justin go? I don't see him in chat.
He was in here just a minute ago.
I know, and he just left.
It took 2 years for this information to come out. Right? Like I said the other day, guys, on Cher's channel, forget everything that has been said up to this point. Forget how they've acted or what they've said or what lies have been told. Forget all of it. The plain and simple fact is Don says that they requested that's why they were looking through the dirty clothes, guys, is because the law enforcement says they wanted something fresh that was dirty, basically something she had wore that day. And that's what he told
Yeah.
me on the phone call. And I was like, he said, that's why we looked through the dirty clothes. I was like, but Dawn, it was in June. She sweated in that jacket. How much more fresh could you have gotten than that jacket? Why did they not give that jacket to the scent dogs? That right there, if you even throw away everything else that has happened in the past 21 months, that right there throws up a red flag. Not saying that they done something, but just a red flag that they would not hand that jacket over to law enforcement. And he's like, well, everything was in a ruckus, and maybe it was just overlooked or it was forgot or what. How? This is your child. How could you forget what she had on?
You couldn't.
No one, in my opinion, would pull from everyone's dirty clothes. Do we know that they didn't use the jacket? He says it.
Yeah, he said they didn't use the jacket.
But I've heard that it was on the bottom of a pile somewhere, so they didn't think about it. He said that everything was so confusing that day that they didn't think about it. He says that they used a pair of shorts and dug through the dirty laundry, got a bunch of her dirty laundry and a bunch of her toys, and used all that stuff. And then when he's asked again 6 minutes and 30 seconds later why they didn't use the jacket again, he says then, well, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know why they didn't use it. After saying he was there and seen everything and named everything that was put in the bag. They gathered the stuff up before the scent dogs got there. And he gave a list of things that they put in the bag waiting on the scent dogs to get there. Does he tell the truth? No, of course he doesn't. Why was the jacket in the Suburban and not in Grandma's truck? The jacket wasn't in the Suburban. That's one of the reasons I'm on here right now, is to get that cleared up. Nobody but Prayer Garden has said that jacket was in the Suburban.
Right.
It was in the memory box. Where it was at before they got the memory box in October, I don't know. But it was put in the memory box, and Candus says she put the memory box in a tote with her other stuff that she took to Cathy's. Her clothes and her belongings and stuff. It was never said that was in the Suburban. Cathy was already staying there for a while before they ever went and got that Suburban from the Ben Hill. In one of DW's first interviews, he said he drove so fast home that he beat the LE to Ben Hill Road. They claim LE will not let them search, so he was on his property when that dog received track scent. But he also said that they allowed him to go and question the neighbors too. Did they take the Paw Patrol she was supposedly playing with? Nope. We saw it on CM's interview. Exactly. Question. Why didn't Ellie collect the Paw Patrol figurine out of the planter? Exactly. Who could believe a word either one says after all we've witnessed? Come on. Summers had shoes on the 15th. I don't believe she did.
The one that I seen in the video on the TikTok video, Summer only had one shoe on and one shoe off. Of course, we didn't go swimming in our shoes either, but that place over there looked gross. And I don't know why Candus would put her in that water anyway with one shoe on and one shoe off. Maybe she took the shoe off and wanted to go in with one shoe on and one shoe off.
Good point. I see you. She says a great point, vet girl. Why didn't the dog hit on the flower pot? Very interesting. So nothing they have said in fact or truth is fact or truth, in my opinion. I agree. Summer had shoes on in the video from the horse pond.
She did
Well,
have both of them on.
Corey, I was going to put your comment up there, but you've got the answer right here. I haven't seen it, but I mean, I'll go and look again. Of course, I don't never pay attention. Who thinks about looking to see if a kid's got shoes on while they're swimming? I mean, I don't. Kentucky police departments are only allowed to put, I think, 10 items in evidence. It's KSP similar to TBI. Huh. It did look like she was wearing shoes in the water. I don't know. I'll have to go look. I'm not saying one way or another because I'm not going to sit here and swear to something that I don't know myself.
You know what? They need fresh eyes on this case.
I agree.
That's what they need to go do. TBI, all of them. And what I don't understand is why is the FBI supposedly not involved in this case?
I don't know.
I mean,
Dawn swears they are.
Don says that they are.
The FBI, yeah. I mean, not saying that I hold validity in everything he says. I'm just telling you what he did tell me.
Right.
Because we were talking about the Cold Case Foundation, and he was saying, why bring the Cold Case Foundation in when we already have the best working on the case, which is FBI, TBI, and they're the best in the state, so why bring somebody else in? But we will go talk to the TBI and see. Also, I did, while I was on the phone with him, guys, make him go and look at that video, the one I did about that email I got about that little girl. And he showed it to Candus, although in my opinion, he was determined that it wasn't her. They did look at it, and he said he's almost 100% sure that it was not her, but that he would continue to look at it after I hung up the phone with him. Discovering heard the phone call. I let her listen to it. Discovering, what do you think about what he said about the little girl? Just because a video was uploaded don't mean it was recorded that day, right?
Right.
FBI only crimes in intentionally something cross state lines, or the state asks for help. A bunch of keyboard tough guys. Why didn't CW talk to LE the night on June 15th? Leslie states as the 11:30 p.m. CW stayed in the house and said she wasn't going to talk to LE. Honey, I don't know. I haven't gotten to stay on the phone long enough with Don Wells long enough to try to get all the questions I've wanted to ask. That's why I asked him to come on panel. And when I'm sitting there talking to him, I can't think of all the questions, Trust me, I wished I could. I did ask him. I pointed out that they swear up and down that the TBI come in and searched their house 7 times was what we're told, but Don says it was more like 11. And I said, okay, well, with them coming in and searching that many times, do you have a clue what they were looking for? What were they trying to find? And then,
evidence.
I know, but I was being more specific. And he said, well, The last time that's brought up, the last time he said that somebody had called in and said that they were keeping the remains in a safe, and that's when they kicked in the door and come and search the house for that. But the safe was empty.
Well, didn't, oh yeah, that was because they took the bullets out, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what he said on PG's channel, and I asked him about that, and that's what brought up the vanilla. But I can't say it. That's when he said, "I'm liable to say any damn thing on PG's channel. You can't believe nothing I say on PG's channel."
Then why do people listen to him up there?
Thinking that the same reason I talked to him on the phone, to see if one little piece of truth is going to come out, I guess. The same reason everybody listens when, like, Jody Sue and him went at it. People like drama. They're waiting for one little slip up, anything. Candus said that she didn't get rid of Summer's belongings, and everybody knows she did. I don't know. When I did that interview with Star, she said she didn't, so I don't know.
She didn't?
Yeah, she said she didn't. She said she was up there and helped wash up all the clothes and fold them up and put all the stuff away and all that.
Well, my question is, if you know your daughter's missing, then why would you get rid of any of her stuff? Why would you even take stuff out of her room? I know that Donnie and Candus were redoing the basement because everybody's seen the video of it.
Yeah.
But why would you get rid of your missing daughter's stuff? Just in case somebody had her and brought her back.
I don't know, hon.
See, none of this case with Summer makes any sense to me at all.
They changed so many things. I'm not sure we could know what was true and what was a lie. Biscuit, hush.
Oh, he's crying.
She is, yeah. But she's only, I can get up and let her out in 2 seconds. I can, no sooner get back in here and get sat back down, and she's scratching the door, wanting right back in. We don't know for sure that she got rid of anything. We all hear rumors, but we wasn't there. Well, like I said, Star said no, that the stuff wasn't gotten rid of. I would not be able to hold my composure at one of the vigils and Candus be there. I couldn't do it. She would talk. And then Candus said Cathy stole it. Yeah. Well, that goes right. Okay. I do not understand why Cathy nor Candus, neither one, are coming out to say anything about this. Unless, about the box, unless Candus really did ask, which is what I believe, Candus really did ask Cathy to hold the box for her. That's why she's not coming out publicly saying that Cathy stole it. That's why she's not publicly coming out and saying, Cathy, give me the box back. I mean, if y'all watch that one video, Cathy, she in the text message, she told me where the box is at. I did blur it out so nobody would see it, but I know where that box was located. I'll say it was. I don't know that it's still there. Granted, technically, I don't know if it ever was there. I just know what Cathy told me. And at the time Cathy sent me those texts, there was no reason for her to be lying. She was still Candace's best friend. Biscuit misses her boyfriend and is trying to talk to him. And for those who don't know, Biscuit's Nana's fur baby. Thank you, Discovery. It don't make sense for time they went to hospital. I believe all is lies from there. They left her in the vehicle in the hot car. How long? I'm assuming from the time whenever it was that Candus took her clothes and stuff to Cathy's. And then when Dawn got out of jail, remember Candus went back home like a few days before Dawn got out of jail. And she obviously didn't go get her stuff until after Dawn got out of jail. When Dawn got out of jail, she went up there to pick up her stuff and grabbed her stuff and took it home. I apologize, guys. My sinuses and allergies and stuff are horrible. But the point being is, Candus made the statement that she noticed something was gone out of her tote, but didn't know what it was. And then she makes the statement that she looked all over Cathy's house. Well, in a way, that probably would make sense, because if she asked Cathy to put it up in a safe place to keep it, and Cathy put it in a safe place to keep it, maybe Candus really was trying to find it so that she could take it back home with her, but couldn't figure out where the hell Cathy stuck it. Maybe she did look all over Cathy's house and couldn't find it. But why would she say that she didn't know what was missing and then say that she was looking all over the house for it and couldn't find it? But she didn't know what was missing to begin with. Candus even told someone the other night the memory box was at Robin's and the jacket was there too. Clearly, we've seen the pictures that was taken at Cathy's. Right, exactly. Oh, she went live. When did she go live? Right now? I didn't see it. I don't watch it.
Live.
What, Lisa?
Who went live?
Daisy. Cal Lady just posted that Candus wants her stuff. Goodness, why don't she go get it?
Yeah, go get it instead of whining about it.
Yeah, why didn't they use the pillow for the set?
Well,
Daisy's
didn't she get rid of the pillow too?
Yeah, nobody knows where it's at. 374 people in chat and only 123 likes. Y'all hit that like button. It only takes 2 seconds, guys. I don't ask for a lot, but I do ask y'all to either hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
I already did that.
Thank you, Miss Lisa.
You're welcome.
What happens normally when you take off early with kids in the car? They fall asleep in the hospital waiting time. Allegedly, Candus was busy calling people. Didn't Sherry claim it was around midnight when Candus told her Summer was missing? I never heard Sherry claim anything. Allie said no. Allie said it was like, or should I say Hunter said it was like 7 or 7:30, but I know the cops were there already. And then Allie said they were FaceTiming Candus after the cops got there. I hope Cathy turned the jacket over too. These two parents are pros, lying all the damn time. Poor baby Summer. Hope you are found. Yes, we do. Corey Edwards, neither Dawn nor Candus seem to treasure or care for anything, in my opinion. Their home, their house, memento, certainly not their children, in my opinion. Do you think JSB first live that night? They she was making breakfast when she found out, and they started looking for Summer. I don't know anything about her making breakfast. Remember, it was during that, and they still wasn't allowing extra people other than patients. So I don't believe even went into right. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're right. In Tennessee, you couldn't. You could not go into the emergency room with anybody unless it was a minor child, and only one parent was allowed.
That was about the time that COVID first come out, wasn't it?
Lisa, you can't say that word.
I mean, that was about that time that first come out, right?
No, that was in 2020. She went
Oh,
missing in June 2021. Thank you, Wild Violet. Candace told a neighbor she was fixing cereal for the kids when Summer disappeared. Oh, I didn't hear that.
let me ask you a question. Why is Jody Sue always defending Fred Hill?
Could be worried about retribution, retaliation.
Wasn't he an RSO?
Fred, no. No.
No, that was Frank Light, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Always get them two mixed up.
If I was Cathy, I would give the memory box to Ellie and tell Candace to pick it up from there. Exactly. If Ellie, plain and simple, guys, if Ellie already knew about the jacket and was not interested in it, which is what Mr. Cracking Cases is implying, if they already knew about it and was not interested in it, it would not hurt one bit for Cathy to turn it over to them. Say we're having arguments, me and my friend. This is what this is, and give it to them. And then if they're not really wanting it, it's not going to hurt anything for Candace to go up there and pick it up. Is it not mandatory? Why would it be mandatory? No, as a matter of fact, one of my subscribers told me that she spoke with her husband, who was a lawyer. And if Candace left it there, if Candace said, here, take this and put it up, whatever, and did not say, I will be back to get it, did not make plans to come back and get it, then that property belongs to Cathy. It is considered abandoned. That's what they said in the comments. I don't know. I've not spoke to a lawyer about it. I'm just saying that's what her husband, who was a lawyer, said. And she did say this is not legal advice, but this is what his thoughts were. Hello, Robin Odom. How are you today, hon? Possession is 9/10 of the law, yeah. In North Carolina, possession is 9/10 of the law. It becomes civil court and not criminal. Right.
Darlene said the box may have other clues in it.
Right.
That's a possibility.
Tracy, honey, I've never heard of another case like this either, ever. Cathy should take it to LE and let them pick it up from there so Candace and Dawn can't tell any more lies on her. I agree 100%. I've never heard Cathy refusing to return it either, but then again, I haven't heard anything from Cathy since all this came out. I just watched it. It's a short clip of them talking last night to Candace about the box. Candace would have to walk inside the TBI building. She's trying to stay far away from there. Da, 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 da. I believe Cathy any day before I believe Dawn and Candus. I have to tell my daughter that when she talks about taking her little dog away from here, it will never happen. It's rightfully Candus's. It is wrong if Cathy tries to keep it. Well, nobody's saying that Cathy should try to keep it. Everybody's saying that Cathy should give it back. She should. She should take it right down there to Hawkins County Sheriff's Department or take it to TBI and hand it over to them and say, there you go, Candus. You can go pick it up there because I don't want you at my house. That's not trying to keep it. You got booted. My phone died. Can you drop the link? Yeah. If anybody else would like to come up and have a say, you're more than welcome to. As I say 1,000 times, this is your channel too. Without the viewers and the subscribers, this channel wouldn't exist. So please think of it as your channel as well. Hello, hon. How are you today? Thank you. I see you. I believe Cathy over Candus, but to be honest, I don't believe anybody without seeing facts myself because I've even caught Ellie in lies. 100% discovering. I agree with you 100%. Sounds like Tim Mullen got some new employees to help Candus and Dawn keep spreading the lies. Oh, Nana, was that summer swimsuit in the memory box? I asked, but the chat was moving so fast. I'm sorry, hon. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Some people are saying it's a little bitty backpack. The pink straps could be a little bitty backpack. Now, I was saying when Prayer Gardens was on Doug's channel last night and saying that it was the summer sundress. And I was saying, no, it's a white t-shirt with Paw Patrol prints on it. But somebody in chat today was describing that yellow dress. The skirt had a print on it. I'm going to go and look. It might have been that sundress. I'm going to go and look at it and see. Because Candus had told Star that since that day that she went and got her physical, she's not been able to find that dress. And it would be interesting if we find out that that dress is in that box as well. TM's pulling strings. We're speaking of Tim Mullins, right?
Yeah.
Did I see the box? I saw the box in the photo. I've never seen the box up close. Is she communicating so that arrangements for Candus to pick it up at Ellie? Honey, I don't know what she's doing. I've not heard anything from Cathy. Cathy and I are not speaking. Cathy has not came out publicly and said anything about the box. But then again, Candus hasn't come out publicly and said anything about the box either. I know what I did, and what I did was the correct thing to do, which was call TBI and inform them I had this piece of information. I had this picture. This is where this jacket is supposed to be located, or that's where it was located the last I knew. And it was concerning Summer's case, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I tried again this morning to call, but can't get through. I'm going to try calling Hawkins County Sheriff's Department when I get done with the live. I agree. If law enforcement doesn't want that jacket or anything in that box, they don't deem it important. Yes, obviously, it should go back to Candus. But at the same time, Cathy should not get caught up in it any more than she already is. The smart thing for her to do, if she has not already done it, would be to take it to some form of law enforcement and leave it, and then let Candus and Dawn know that's where it's at. Go there and pick it up. I'm not advocating for Cathy to keep the box or the jacket. And who's to say that she hasn't already done that? Who's to say that she hadn't done that before she ever sent me the picture? Who's to say that she didn't recognize the jacket, and that's why the jacket's pulled out a little bit and draped over the edge before she took the picture? Maybe she was hoping that I would see it. Maybe she promised her best friend that she wouldn't say anything. So maybe she was hoping that somebody else would. Everybody's attacking everybody, guys. Nobody knows anything for certain. Do I have you muted, Lisa? I'm sorry. Okay, you're muted.
No, I muted myself. I was busy doing something.
Okay. I wouldn't take it. I would call them to come get it. I wouldn't want my DNA on all over it. Well, I'm sure that if she's already had it there at her house, that her DNA is already on the box. But it's not going to matter if her DNA is on the box. Cathy was not there the day Summer went missing. She was not part of them not handing over the jacket. So it wouldn't matter if Cathy's DNA is on there. All they have to do is get Cathy's DNA and rule out any of her DNA that might be on the box. Do you think she wanted it to come out and that is why she sent it? I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Why didn't she just contact Candus instead of putting that everywhere else?
Cathy didn't put that everywhere else.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Contact Candus and tell her to come get the box.
What? Because Candus said, hey, Cathy, you're my best friend. Will you put this box up that's got my daughter's stuff in it and put it safe until my daughter comes back? Will you keep it safe for me? Why would Cathy call her and say, hey, come get this box if Candus said, hey, will you keep this for me until I tell you I need it?
Well, that's true.
And just to get this straight, guys, Cathy and Dawn Wells, Cathy did not put any pictures out any damn where. I contacted Cathy and said, hey, by chance, because she had told me she had all those pictures and videos and stuff. I said, do you have any pictures that are not already out there on Facebook or YouTube that I could use to put into this birthday video? And she picked those. Yes, there's a couple of them in there that are similar to ones that are already out there, but they're not the exact pictures. And she sent those to me to use. And I put a video out there the day before yesterday or yesterday, whenever it was, that has the text that she sent with it, that explains each picture. If Cathy didn't notice the jacket at the time and didn't know, she's got to know by now. Exactly. Yes, I agree with that. And hopefully, when she heard about it, if she didn't know about it, hopefully she has turned it over to law enforcement by now. I couldn't imagine why she wouldn't. As I've said 1,000 times, until Cathy proves me wrong, I believe Cathy is an upstanding person. I truly do. And I truly believe she was a true friend to Candus.
Yeah, Candus messed her over.
And Dawn, whether you want to believe it or not, she took up for your ass too. Everyone is attacking because Candus is crying her fake tears to her YouTube caregiver and YouTube lawyer to speak for her. and they like the drama, so they will keep it going. Well, let them keep it going. All I can do is put out there the truth as I know it and the part that I'm directly involved in. They want to take and run with damn lies. That's fine. I can get on here every damn day and set the damn record straight when I hear a damn lie.
Right.
And then we'll see who the people are that's brilliant enough to see through the lies and the ones that aren't. I mean, I'm not going to say something if I can't back it up.
In my opinion, that channel over there is full of nothing but lies and drama. Both of those channels.
Well, the correct definition for those people on that channel are sycophants.
Yeah.
Hi, Nana. Hi, everyone. Hope you are all well and having a great day. Hello, May May. We are. In my opinion, Ellie has no plans on getting justice for Summer. This is a pathetic mess. Little Summer is the one that hurts. It breaks my heart. They spent 2 hours belly aching for Candus and the box last night. A box, mind you, not one of them had ever heard about because they do not know this case. Right? Nana's gonna have video every day title. Set the record straight. Part 1, 2, 3, and so on. Yeah, that's it. If people want to keep telling lies, yeah, I will. Like I've said 1,000 damn times, I cannot stand a liar. I cannot stand a liar. It's one thing if you're defending your child or something and you tell a little white lie to defend your child, or you stray from the truth, should I say, to defend your child, because your children come first and foremost. But to flat out lie, especially over stupid shit that don't matter neither here nor there. I mean, what PG got on there and said that box was found in a toolbox in the back of the Suburban. Why? When she could have just said, hey, Candus said she put it in a tote and took it to Cathy's, and that's where it was at. I mean, why? Why would you do that? Does it make it sound more dramatic if it was found in a toolbox? No. I don't know, guys. I just get agitated. We've been on here for almost 2 hours, guys. We got 10 minutes left. If anybody's got something they want to say or get out there or whatever, just put it up here and we'll get it said. If people don't like what I've said, I apologize. Facts are facts. It's so crazy. The jacket wasn't with the police, but nothing has been done, right? Not that I know of. I heard Candus gave the box to Cathy to keep the rats out of it. That's what I'm saying. She gave it to her for safekeeping. Some may try to plant the coat evidence later, and it was spotted thanks to Nana. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate it. Thank you, Emily. You can't believe nothing, the Wills say at this point. Nothing. Well, I'm just going by what Don, a lot of people told me. They tried to convince me. Oh, well, Don's probably just saying this or saying that just to throw people off, just to tell a story, just to get shit started. And I wouldn't believe them. I didn't believe it. When Don told me himself, don't believe nothing I say on these damn channels. Okay, now I believe it. Because I heard him say it himself. It came out of his mouth that he goes up on these panels and he just tells lies. PG needs to get her facts straight before she jumps on the panels and telling these damn lies. Right? I agree. Stories Summer had the jacket on in the truck, right? She did have the jacket on in the truck. We did see it. Now, whether or not that video and photograph, well, I know it's a screenshot of the video, but we seen, if that video was took on that day, we seen that she had it on. So she had it on within a few hours before she went missing. So that would have been the perfect article of clothing to use for her scent. I know I worry about certain people, YouTubers, being on the property trying to plant things. They something other supposed shoes that was supposedly taken from the property, right? The way Don Wells spoke to Jody Sue the other night was just vile and disgusting. Well, it wasn't. I mean, like I said, I've not listened to the whole thing, but what I did hear, trust me, he's been a whole lot worse with other people. But I have to say, he has never spoke to me like that. And he did. He called me to bitch at me about recording him and Candus the first time and about putting out the videos I put out. And he's like, you're accusing me of this. I was like, hold up, dude. I didn't accuse you of shit. Everything that I put out there, I usually, and if I don't, then I'll say it's my opinion, my theory, whatever. But if I put something out there, I back it up with what? A recording of him or Candus saying it. If something comes out that don't sound right, it's because they said it themselves. Why don't they hypnotize Candus? It's the only truth drug known to work. The socks she gave to scent dogs more than likely was the boys' socks. They go up and down that trail where the dog hit all the time. In my opinion, that makes it null and void. Well, Lisa, PG has supported you when all were against you.
Oh, yeah, except for when she got up on Doug's panel last night and literally lied to Doug.
Candus is so disgusting, knowingly leaving the memory box with the jacket at Cathy's and then telling Dawn that Cathy stole it. They are vile, ignorant, horrible people.
And I will talk to Doug.
People was dogging Cathy, saying she wasn't a friend, but now think she should turn it over to Candus because they say so. Let those two grown women handle it. I think Cathy was a true friend and confidant to Candus. I think she saw Candus's true colors, and I think it broke her heart. Oh, and I will say on this channel, I told it on the Cher's channel the other night, but I will say on this channel during my phone call, if I haven't already said this once, Don did say that Tim Mullins is not his media manager, because I was telling him part of his and Candus's biggest problem is what they get on YouTube and say. And I told him the other part of it is Tim Mullins getting out there and doing what he's doing, and he's not doing the damn job a media manager is supposed to do. I've researched it, and he ain't even coming close. And he's like, well, media manager. He said he's not a media manager. He's not our media manager. Somebody hung that name on him one day, and just everybody ran with it. So Tim Mullins, if you're watching, Don done sold you out too. You are not their media manager.
Right. He's not no media manager. He ain't nothing. I have a question. Do you think PG got her things confused?
What do you mean?
Do you think she got her story confused?
Maybe.
She was up on panel with Doug last night. I wish I would have known that she was on panel with Doug last night.
Well, I don't know, honey. You can go watch Doug's channel and hear what she has to say and see for yourself what you think. But I mean, I don't know what other story she got it mixed up with.
I don't know because
do we know of another woman that has a child who was staying in a shelter that Dawn and Candus approached to acquire their child?
it wasn't me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what other story PG could have got it mixed up with. But everybody needs to go and listen to it for themselves and judge for their own opinion. But like I said, I just wanted to ask you because I know what you told us when you were on my panel before. And I was just wanting to make sure that I wasn't saying an untruth.
Right. Which channel was it on?
What? Doug's. No thanks.
Okay, he's got several of them.
I don't know. It was his live from last night. Hang on a second. I'll see if I can find it and tell you exactly which video it is. Like I said, though, Doug didn't say it.
Right.
It's no thanks investigates. And it's explosive holler conversation that confirms a lot of what we think. That's the name of it. It's his very last video. It was 13 hours ago.
Okay.
So, okay, guys, it's been 2 hours. I've loved having you all here. I'm glad that you came to hear what I had to say and at least let me get my part of the story straight as what I know it to be. For everything else, y'all have to go watch Daisy's from evidently what everybody was saying. You have to go watch PG's channel herself. And remember, that was in like the 53rd, 53 timestamp, 53 mark timestamp where Dawn tells about, let me see if I can get this straight. PG asks Dawn one time early on about the jacket. And then she, at the 53 mark timestamp, she asks him about it again. He gives a detailed instruction about what all they put in the bag, what they gathered up, toys, clothes, dirty clothes, and says he's seen it all because he was right there and he watched the dog go from the bottom of the door, the downstairs door, all the way down the dog trail. Literally 6 minutes and 30 seconds, give or take a few seconds. He says, she asks him about it again, and he says, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know if they just got caught up in the confusion or what and didn't use it. So y'all have to go check those out, and you have to go check out No Thanks and find out what Prayer Garden said about Lisa. I caught Lisa in here, and I wanted to. Yeah, it's like 53 to 57 minute marker. Yeah. I wanted to hear what Lisa had to say because I know what she told us, a week and a half ago, something like that, Lisa.
Yep.
And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't incorrect.
Right.
Because I did try to tell Doug, that that's not what you told us. But I don't know if he just didn't see it because the chat was going fast or what, but yeah, PG didn't get the vehicles mixed up. What?
Was she on panel with him?
Yeah, she was on panel. You can hear what she says. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, here
Yeah,
we go.
I'm not one that actually sits and reads the chat that much. I mean, I'll read what people say, but I'm not going to sit and watch or listen to a whole video just to read the chat. I know a lot of people that do that, but I don't. So yeah, it was on panel.
I got it right here on panel now. I got an earbud in my ear.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll have to probably, skip forward a little bit. I don't remember exactly how far in. He was already going when I found his channel that he was live, so I don't know exactly where it's at. But, anyways, guys, it's been 2 hours, and I've got a lot of crap I've got to get done. Plus, I've got to call Hawkins County back and try to get this video that I was working on out. And I do appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in here. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. And I'll see you guys. Hey, Kirst, you're late coming in, baby. I'm getting ready to shut down. Or if I didn't see you in here earlier, I'm sorry. But thank you for being here. And Wicked Bitch, wherever you are, thank you so very much, sweetheart. I greatly appreciate that. So very much. Thank you. And you know what I'm talking about. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you all next time, okay? Bye, guys.
All right, bye.